All right, everybody, what's up? Bryce here, coming at you with another quick market update. Rocking some Crypt Nation gear, beautiful sunny San Diego, not a complaint in the world, except I woke up, first thing I do when I wake up, I'm checking the markets, I'm checking my news feeds, and I see Litecoin randomly up from $170 to $250, right? So that's the first thing I notice. Well, that's a big bumblebee. I'm not allergic though. So I noticed it's up from $170 to $250, like over the course of just a few minutes. So I'm like, this is a really large market cap. It's several $1 billion in market cap. It's not like just a very easy coin to move. It has lots of liquidity behind it. So I was like, there must really be some sincere market moving event going on. So instantly I hopped to Twitter, and the first thing I see is like Walmart announces that they are integrating Litecoin as a cryptocurrency. So I'm like, what the heck? This is totally out of left field. Didn't hear any rumblings of it. This is crazy. And I'm just kind of waiting and seeing. I was like, okay, I'm going to buy the pullback then. If this is big, then this is big. And as I was kind of waiting there to see, he's like, okay, should we get longer on the pullback or anything? I see another tweet that came out that was like, this, Walmart has denied these allegations. It's a complete a complete farce, right? And some random person engineered the ability to kind of do it. And I thought that was really crazy that somebody went through like the entire process. I don't know who it was, but the entire process to fool a journalist, to come up with like, a Walmart.com email address. I actually saw he registered a Walmart-corp.com email address to like spoof it. Anyhow, long story short, that was a crazy move. And that kind of stuff happens. So why am I telling you guys that? Well, what I'm trying to tell you guys is trust, then verify. So even from reputable news sources, because I saw a lot of reputable news sources that had retweeted it and had come out and said like, oh my gosh, check this thing out. And it kind of just went viral. And I almost made like a decision based off of that. Okay, I didn't, but I almost did, right? Because luckily Walmart came out quick enough with a statement that said, hey, we've got nothing to do with this. So going forward, day to day, the reason why I wanted to focus so much on this is because this happens time and time again in crypto, although not really on a grand scale as much as it did today with Litecoin. Massive move. But since then, Litecoin obviously retraced, fell right back down to where it started and is stabilized. So the market overall is showing a really, really large, demand for these assets and a lot of excitability. But once kind of like some logic came back into the ecosystem and, prices came back down to where the inefficiency was kind of filled, right? So it went from 170, 250 back down to 170. Somebody, whoever engineered this, made out like a bandit. But anyhow, trust, then verify. Okay, enough on that. The second point I wanted to make today was the fact that I was watching a interview the other day. I forget if it was CNBC or Yahoo or one of those Financial Times, but it was just the CEO of PayPal. And he says he's very confident, actually, that cryptocurrencies are going to be playing a part of the future. And so obviously the CEO of Visa is a guy who moves markets, if you will. What he says, people listen to. And so when he says that they're positioning themselves to be able to capitalize on this fast-growing tech and this fast-growing industry, people's ears perk up. And people are like, hey, if he thinks that's the right thing, I've been trusting Visa with my money for years and years and years. Sounds like he's not going to really lead us astray. And I think it's taken a long time for CEOs at the level of like a Visa CEO. It's taken a long time, but as you can see this year, obviously many of them are coming out with plans of action and they're buying up crypto companies and they're talking positively about it. There's a roadblock that way. I'm going to go back around this way. So that was really, really exciting to see. And then the other thing, the third most exciting thing, and to be honest, the fact that this is all the way down to the list of my exciting things of the day really goes to show you something, right? Like, so Michael Saylor, who runs MicroStrategy, the MicroStrategy stock, right? So he runs that company, and they've bought up somewhere around $2 billion worth of Bitcoin up until today. And just this morning, he announced that he had purchased another $234 million worth of Bitcoin for his company, MicroStrategy. And so they are levering up, right? They're borrowing money to buy Bitcoin. And obviously not a recommended strategy necessarily, but it's interesting to see what he's doing with how cheap credit is right now, and these low interest rates, and he's able to finance some convertible bonds and raise some money to outright just buy Bitcoin and put it on his balance sheet. And it's kind of like, a directional bet on this asset class. And we'll see what happens if companies down the line end up needing to borrow it from him and he'll charge them a premium or an interest rate, right? We'll see what kind of comes of that company, MicroStrategy. But currently, they are sitting on several $billion worth of Bitcoin, and it'll be really interesting to see and follow that company as it just kind of evolves, because it's going to evolve as Bitcoin evolves, right? Like if Bitcoin becomes more of like currency and transactional layer, MicroStrategy will service that. If they're more of like digital store of value, MicroStrategy will service that. So anyhow, just some thoughts today on this extremely sunny day in San Diego. Shout out Crypt Nation. So that's the market update. And guys, if you aren't already following us on our newsletter, where we post all of our buys and sells and our trade alerts, if you're not already plugged into a community really that is actively investing, actively trading these crypto markets, I highly suggest you follow us and you check us out. And in fact, you could subscribe for just $1 if you click that orange button below. So if you subscribe for $1, you'll get access to our trade alerts. Big community, over 10,000 people now that are just trading these markets and investing in crypto, and really excited about where this place is going. And I think it'd be awesome if if you don't really know exactly how to value these cryptocurrencies or which ones are good, which ones aren't, and just general hot tips and tricks and stuff. So anyhow, I highly suggest you guys check that out. Again, $1, 2-week trial. Hit that orange button below. Much love. Okay, Bryce out.